Your athlete can have all the talent in the world, but if they can't control their emotions, that talent won't always show up on game day. Now, emotional control can be the difference between a player who thrives under pressure and one who crumbles after a mistake. And today, I'm going to share with you why emotional control is so important and give you parents some strategies that you as a parent and coaches can use to help athletes stay composed in the heat of competition. Now, first, hello everyone. My name is Brian McSparron with Superior Sports Psyche, and I'm an elite athletic mindset coach for athletes. And I focus on building the mental game so athletes can perform with confidence, focus, and with resilience. And if you have an athlete between the ages of 10 and 18, then this video is structured for you. Now, in this video, I'm going to break down some 3 things related to emotional control. 1, what does emotional control really mean in sports? 2, why is it so important for athletic development? And 3, to give you strategies that you can use to help athletes manage their emotions during their games and practices. And be sure to stick around to the end so you can get some information on some of my previous videos where I talk and speak about athletic confidence and athletic mindset. So, first, what is emotional control? Emotional control is the ability to recognize and manage emotions. Emotions like frustration, nerves, and excitement, and other emotions in a way that supports sports performance. Now, every athlete feels emotions in sport. Sport, by its nature, brings out different emotions. But the problem isn't feeling those emotions. The problem is when the emotions control the athlete instead of the athlete controlling the emotion. And so let's think about a basketball player who slams the ball after they get called for a foul. They're going to lose focus, and then they're going to start missing some of their plays. Well, how about a soccer player who gets so nervous before a penalty kick and they overthink their shots? Now, these are just some examples of emotions interfering with performance. So how many times have you seen your athletes struggle with their emotions in their game? Now, behind confidence, this is probably one of the major issues that parents speak to me about when talking about their kids' sports performance. When they make a mistake, they just get so down on themselves that they just can't snap themselves out of it. And then, as a result, their game is done. Now, can you relate to some of these issues with your athlete? So why does emotional control matter in sports? Now, before I answer this, if you would like some more guidance and tips on raising athletes to have confidence in their game, then check out my book, Raising a Resilient Athlete, to help build unshakable confidence in your athlete for success in sport and in life. Now, I wrote this book to help parents and share tips and strategies that they can use to help their athlete on their youth sport journey. Now, this is a great book to have to help give you some insight into your athlete's mindset and share with you some tips on how to become a good positive parent for them. For more information to get the digital download, please check out the link that's in the description below. Now, there are 3 big reasons why emotional control is essential in sports. So, number 1, we're going to use it for recovery from mistakes. In sports, you're filled with mistakes. And the athlete who can succeed are the ones who will be able to bounce back quickly. Emotional control helps them shift from that frustration part to getting back to their focus. Number 2, it's also going to impact the team. See, an athlete's emotions affects the entire team. If one player spirals out of control, it can bring the whole team down. But on the flip side, if you can have athletes that stay composed, it's going to be contagious throughout the whole team. And number 3 is to overcome pressure situations. Now, in big moments, emotions are going to be amplified. And athletes who can control their nerves and stay calm are going to be ones who can perform their best when it matters the most. And here's the key. Parents and coaches have a huge role here. How you respond to an athlete's emotions can either fuel the fire or help them regain their self-control. So let's talk about different strategies that you can use to help build emotional control for your athlete. Now, the first strategy is when you use what we call a reset routine. This is where we're going to teach athletes how to use a short routine after they make a mistake. So for an example, we can use clapping our hands. We want to use our breath and take a breath and just say positive key words to ourselves like next play, and then we want to move on. Now, here's the key. Parents, you can reinforce this by praising the reset and not just the outcome. So let's look at a couple of different examples and the different reactions of parents on how they might show when an event might happen. Now, this is a typical one that I see parents when I'm watching them at sporting events. Okay, a child misses a free throw. Okay, kid takes a breath, they're reset, but the parents is on the sideline yelling and screaming, "You got this, baby! Come on, you got this! Make those shots! Come on, focus!" Now that only reinforces the pressure of the situation. You have to do this. You got this. You got this. That puts so much pressure on the kid. So instead, we'll try this instead. Okay, a child misses their shot. They go through their reset. They're getting ready for the next one. They take their shot. Now the parent is going to respond by saying, "I like how you calmed yourself down and how you got ready for that next shot. That was a great way on how you showed composure." See, that shift focuses the emotional control not to trying to be perfect. And it teaches the athlete resilience that can last far beyond the game. Now, strategy number 2 is when you use breathing to help bring down composure. Because breathing is one of the most beneficial mental skills that an athlete can learn. And frankly, it's the easiest to incorporate into their game. A nice slow breath into their nose and out through their mouth is going to help calm the body and help reset their mind. Now, for a baseball player or softball player, this is a good example because when they're hitting, okay, a hitter can step out of the batter's box in between pitches. Instead of rushing to get back into the batter's box, encourage them to take a nice slow breath into their nose and then out through their mouth and just kind of relax themselves. Okay, and then when they're ready to get back into the batter's box, they're reset and now they're focused for that next pitch. Now, over time, this breathing pattern becomes part of their routine. So when a game is on the line, it's going to feel natural to them. Now, coaches, I highly recommend that you build this into your practices so it becomes second nature to them. And parents, remind athletes that their breath is an important tool, not just when they're stressed, but you want this to be part of their sports routine. Now, before we get into strategy number 3, if your athlete is struggling with emotional control in their game and it's affecting their performance, then contact me and let's teach your athlete the skills that they can use to help apply them to help them overcome their emotions. Now, you can also check out my online course, The Resilient Athlete, where I will help guide your athlete through the mental game. And for more information on the Resilient Athlete course, is listed below in the description. Now, let's get to strategy number 3. And I call this modeling calm behavior. As athletes often mirror what the adults around them do. Now, if coaches and parents often get emotional, the athlete is going to pick up on that. And one thing about athletes, they don't want to let their parents down. They don't want to let their coaches down. And if they see you getting animated because of a mistake that they made, it's just going to feed into their insecurities. So stay composed when your athlete makes a mistake or when the game is on the line. Your athlete will be watching and learning by your actions. Now, here's a sideline example for coaches. Here's a negative example. A coach throws up their hands after a player makes a mistake and yells at them for making that error. Now the player is going to tense up. They're going to play more cautiously. And what's going to happen when the ball is hit back to them, they're going to make another mistake. But here's a better example you can do, okay, is when a player makes a mistake, show support. Okay, instead of showing some frustration, be calm. Clap your hands and tell them, shake it off, buddy, you got this. Get the next play. We believe in you. That quick display of composure models the exact emotional control we want our athletes to use. So athletes just don't want to hear what you teach. They're going to see what you do. And your sideline behavior becomes their emotional blueprint. So Emotional control doesn't mean ignoring the feelings. It means learning to respond ahead instead of reacting. And when athletes build this skill, they're going to recover faster, they're going to lead better, and they're going to enjoy their sport so much more. So whether you're a coach or a parent, you play a key role in teaching athletes how to handle emotions in a healthy and productive way. Be sure to check out these other videos where I talk to parents and coaches about different topics related to the mental game. And if you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe for more sports psychology insights, and drop a comment below to this question. What is the toughest emotional challenge you see athletes struggling with when you're watching them? I would just love to hear your thoughts, and maybe I'll use them in a future video.